Brian. I am out at Lee & Gordon Greens, and I'm really excited to show everybody how hydroponics are changing our world here for food. This is Joan Jones of Lee & Gordon Greens, and Joan, tell us some about what you're doing here.
Well, we have a hydroponic facility, and we've had it since 2008. We grow a little over 9,000 heads of lettuce. We have different varieties, spring mix, bib, romaine. That's just a few varieties that we do have, and we service quite a few of the restaurants in Chattanooga, and as well as the Chattanooga Market. We have a huge following there on Sundays.
This is Gib, Joan's son, and Gib has been an integral part of this growing process as well. So Gib, what all have you learned in the past 6 years, and where do you see this going?
Learned a lot about farming, which we really didn't know much about before this. A lot about just trying to be self-sufficient, and just, you know, if you have problems arise, you just kind of got to fix them and just figure out a way. So a lot of that, and I don't know, I see it going, it's going up. Tomatoes are definitely adding a new dimension to the business, and we just really hope that we can continue to improve and expand.
And tomatoes is going to be the biggest news to come on this front, because right now, pretty much you're it.
I'm it, and that's kind of a daunting feeling, actually, and I'm beginning to see that the 18 plants that we do have may not actually be enough, and so we're all thinking, how do we want to expand? But these first 18 plants that we have are kind of an experiment into how much can be produced and how long it takes to happen and how long of a growing season we actually get out of this. And we did time it so that we have tomatoes starting now during the winter months when no one else does.
It's mainly in the downtown area, Aaliyah, St. John's, Public House, well, mainly the restaurants that really want to serve quality food to their customers. And hopefully we'll be able to provide them with tomatoes. We just have to kind of play it by ear and see how much we can actually produce. So
tell us a little bit about, some folks out there may not understand what hydroponics really is.
Okay, hydroponics just means working water. It means the water does all the work, and there's no dirt involved. However, we do have to add minerals to the water to take the place of what the dirt would have provided. So we just provide a little more of a stress-free growing environment for the lettuce that doesn't have to really search out for the nutrients. We provide that all the time, and basically it speeds up the growth process, so we can usually get a head of lettuce from seed to harvest on an average of 6 to 7 weeks.
Wow.
And that's year-round. So, you know, we can protect them a little bit more from disease, you know, being indoors. So it is a semi-controlled environment.
Well, let's look at the tomatoes a little more closely and tell us about some of the variety that you're growing here.
Okay.
I know these are looking really nice and big, not quite ripe.
They're huge, and the fact that they're not ripe yet means they're going to get bigger before they get ripe, which is good. We hope. They're a Brandywine or an heirloom variety. And then we also have, the majority of what we have out here are grape tomatoes. They come in clusters. They're cluster tomatoes. So the whole cluster won't get ripe at one time, so we pick as they come in and sell them that way. And then we also have some San Marzanos, which are a typical paste tomato with very little seed cavity, and so they make good sauces and recipes that call for tomatoes. So we don't have a lot of those, but now this has given us an idea, based on what we are growing, what may work better with the next planting that we'll be doing.
Thank you so much for bringing us out here.
Thank you.
Hope to see more of your tomato investment go to work.
Yes, me too.
And very interesting there. All right, folks, for more information about the Chattanooga Market, hey, it's going to be a big day. It continues now through November the 23rd at the First Tennessee Pavilion, of course, in downtown Chattanooga, always starting at 11 a.m. and ending around 4 p.m. And, of course, this weekend, it's dedicated to the sounds of the big band. We've got the Sweet Georgia Sound that's going to be taking the stage at 12:30. And, folks, this is a 20-plus member band, so put on your dancing shoes, do the swing, do some waltz, everything. And come on down and enjoy that, and of course all the great, wonderful things at the Chattanooga Market. For more information, go to their website, ChattanoogaMarket.com.